Yes.
But Adam's family is the comp, as we say in the biz.
Yes. So then I'm like, okay, I don't have that much money left. I had to spend a lot of it on my director. So I say $5 million for Jeff Goldblum as the star, $2 million for Julianne Moore. She's the cheapest, and let's be honest, she's a hell of an actress.
Yeah.
$2 million for Alan Silvestri, which I think is a steal.
That is a steal.
But I was 90, like in the 90s, so I guess it wasn't back then. I couldn't afford digital effects, so obviously this movie was not going to have any digital effects. And then $1 million for Dolby sound. I had $4 million remaining. Okay.
To market your movie with.
Here's the thing: you don't just market your movie; you literally have to pay for production for the entire movie.
Forgot about that.
Me too.
You blew your whole wad. You reunited the cast of The Lost World.
Yes. So I have $4 million remaining.
You're really bad at making movies.
I was. So I go, okay, maybe the studio will give me more money. Sometimes they do. So I give us a new tagline here. I say, the new tagline for the movie is, this virus is in you. Okay? So, okay, I'm ready, right? I go through 3 weeks of production. I literally only have 94% of my props done. I haven't even started filming.
Jesus Christ.
And each week it costs you more money. You more money. Like, the little thing pops up and says, you spent $1 million of production this week. Entertainment Weekly did a nice spread on the movie, and it got some good buzz. Remember, I haven't started filming anything. We've literally only got 94% of our costumes and sets done. I have no money left. I go to the studio. I keep asking for money. They keep saying no, and finally they're like, we've already told you that we're not going to give you any more money. Stop asking. And I say, okay. So I close my movie down before I even film anything and said, okay. So I had to drop them. I had to cheat a little bit, because you could do this. You could edit and create new people. That's how you get new actors. You just have to
we put most of our friends into the game eventually.
Right. Walter would make movies, and Sergio would make movies, and Frado would do the scores, and
we also added DJ Qualls. Do you remember him?
We used a lot of crazy actors. It was like people would be like leads in movies. Like, I'm pretty sure that one of our old movies was, I think that one of the higher grossing movies was Pac-Man the movie.
Yes, I was going to bring that up.
With actor
Joe Pesci. The tagline was just pack, pack, pack.
And it made so much money, because after you eventually, unlike me, film these movies and market them, you get, a rating and stuff like that. You put it out. But here's the thing. I tried that with my next movie. I said, okay, I'm gonna do a new movie. It's gonna be called Friends 2. Okay. Because it's the 90s, right? Like, let's capitalize on what's hot right now. Okay. And I pitched it to the studios with Courtney Cox and Matthew Perry as the leads, because let's face it, those are the only people I could probably have afforded back then.
Yeah.
I gave myself the director because I know these characters. I feel confident that I feel like I could bring them to life. Also, I work really cheap.
How much?
It was $1 million. We all worked for $1 million. So I do all the things. Again, I make all the choices. My script leaks on the internet, causes a buzz. But then, that was after I did this. No one would touch that. No one wanted that movie. No one wanted Friends 2. So what I did was I made Friends 2 an action movie. Light profanity, right? Light profanity, light sex, light action, Columbia's like, we'll give you $24 million. You make that movie. I have $11 million after I'm done. The movie's been shot. I've gotten an R rating. I got trailers. I got posters. I got TV spots. I'm ready to market the fuck out of this thing. I say, release that movie. The game crashes.
Oh my God. Another feature about that game that I really liked was it came not only with a lot of the popular actors, actresses, directors, all that, but it also had like at the time the top like 20 grossing films of all time. And your film, if it did well enough, would end up there and start displacing them.
Pac-Man the movie made it up there.
I feel like there was one movie, I don't know if it was Pac-Man, but there was one movie in all the time that you, me, and our friends Sergio and Walter, and any of the time any of us were playing that got up to number one, and I can't remember what it was, but it was something that should never have been number one.
Yes, it was like a movie that was absolutely ridiculous. Like it had no like business even like being
a movie.
Right, like the title was ridiculous, the premise was ridiculous, the actors were, I'm pretty sure DJ Qualls was the lead actor in that movie. It was like the fucking Ben-Hur of movies, like that came out in 1999 apparently. And just, it was everywhere. DJ Qualls posters, DJ Qualls like coffee mugs, t-shirts, with whatever that movie, I wish I knew what that movie was called.
I do too. I was so obsessed with this game, like, I didn't have a Mac, and by the time I had a Mac, it wasn't running on the same platform anymore, and emulators weren't as big a thing, I guess. So I could never quite figure out how to make it work, and I don't understand why like nobody ever did I mean, I guess there've been some other movie studio sim games, but they're a lot more like Civilization or
I feel like they're too complex. This was like the right amount of like I can bang out a movie in like 10 minutes here and like do it all over again, like just trying to have fun, like making my friends laugh. And that's what we really did. It was like to like give each other the giggles, It was like what do I think will make these cats laugh? And then I type that and you guys are like and it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and like, it was a good game, I think, to just have that sort of, it's such a weird thing to like latch onto, I think, like to make people laugh, but whatever, it was a lot of fun.
The gameplay loop was, I think I muted.
No, I think you unmuted yourself.
There we go. Okay. The gameplay loop was addictive, or at least for me it was. It was like, I didn't want to walk away from it.
Yeah, it really was. I absolutely agree with that.
So if you're out there, guy who made that game,
make it again. Make an app
on the App Store. Yeah. I would pay for it.
I would pay you at least $3.99 for it. It probably didn't take you that long. It definitely wouldn't take you that long to code now. I mean, I might be able to do it if I really sat down to do it. I'm not going to do it. Just someone else.
Yeah,
don't.
I'll
pay you for it.
Yeah.
I learned to code so I could make Sim Cinema an app. That guy sues me in court. That was my least favorite episode of Team Hurricane.
The one where the creator of Sim Cinema took us to court and we decided we would make a funny show.
Yeah.
What about the time the Who sued us?
That time I felt we were kind of justified in what we did. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so but what about the time that we took the show on the road to Japan for those road shows? I mean, it was because I didn't know that was the emperor.
Yeah, I didn't know Japan still had an emperor.
I thought that wasn't cool, and so, when I said what I said about the emperor.
Right, in your very fluent Japanese.
Yeah, which, I had learned, but I forgot after that show where we went to the Grand Canyon and I fell down the Grand Canyon.
Oh my God, so many head injuries on this show.
Yeah, there have been. It feels like we should have just called the show Head Injury Hurricane. No,
Team Head Injury.
Team Head Injury. There you go. Where's that sticker?
Team Crack Skulls.
Yeah, so that's, just to talk a little bit more about those shows that,
Yeah. But, you know, I feel like our biggest folly was not only doing the Japan tour when nobody asked us to,
That's fair.
but also deciding that series of shows that we did in Japanese was going to be our vinyl box set release.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And we asked people to pay for it.
Right. And we paid for it up front.
Yeah.
So when we didn't get the box sets.
No, those charlatans ran off with our money. So nobody got.
No one won there, you know.
No, except that guy. I guess he won.
Yeah, man, he did actually.
He cleaned up.
Shit, that sucks.
But he also did us a favor because honestly, like those Japanese shows should never have been released.
Yeah.
We're lucky we're alive.
That's fair. Yeah. So I feel like someone else asked us something. Oh no, we had another segment we were going to do. Top 3.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Did you do your top 3?
I did my top 3, but I think that's okay. I think I can remember them. I left them in the other room. I think I'll be all right though.
So this is another holdover from our old shows that did happen. Top 3, we pick 3 things in a topic, and then we talk about them. What did we choose for our topic this time?
Pandemic movies.
Top 3 pandemic movies.
And I hope this isn't too much of a downer for our listeners.
I don't think it will be, because then we can just tell them about the other shows that we did, and they'll perk right back up. Okay. Like the one we did with Dave Grohl.
Oh, yeah, that was a big one for you.
That was a big one for everyone, I think. President Obama, us.
Yeah. Oh, my God, I forgot. That's right.
I mean, you know, there's so many. But anyway, we'll do the pandemic movies, and then we'll come back to that. Go first. What's your first? Are they in order or just any?
Just 3 that I really like.
That's how I feel, too.
Okay, so my first one is I'll go with it's a movie called The Seventh Seal. It was directed by Ingmar Bergman. It's Swedish. I know, I'm hoity-toity. It's Max von Sydow, who died earlier this year as a young man. And it's about a knight coming home from the Crusades in the midst of the Black Plague, who starts a chess match with death to try as the game that he's going to play. And then they riffed on that in the second Bill and Ted movie to try and survive long enough to get home and see his wife. And along the way, he sort of picks up this group of followers, and it's haunting, and it's actually surprisingly funny and cool, and everybody should see it.
You went like actual good movie. I went with The Stand.
That was on my first draft of my list. I love The Stand.
I do too. Like I actually watched it whenever all of this started, because I said, you know what I need? I need a good plague movie. And so I found it on YouTube, of all places. Like, it was not streaming anywhere, but YouTube has like a freaking like giant cut of all of them for some weird reason. I think the only thing it does is like cuts out like "Don't Fear the Reaper" at the beginning, and I guess they were like, "You're good to go. Let it go ahead." And so for like 5 minutes, I'm like, "What is happening here? Like, why is it so quiet? I was just listening to it."
Oh, they just took the music out. The footage is still there. So you're just drifting through the Air Force base, and everybody's dead.
All these dead people. And to be honest, that's actually scarier.
So much more haunting.
I was having second thoughts. I said, do I really want to watch this movie? I thought Don't Fear the Reaper played here, but now I'm creeped out.
This isn't fun anymore.
It wasn't what I remembered. And then I like fast forwarded a little more, and I said, oh, thank God, they're talking again. Okay. We're good.
Just anytime they show dead bodies, the soundtrack cuts out.
Oh, man, that would have been like, whoever did that, kudos to you. Way to make The Stand go from a campy, like, Stephen King adaptation to, like, legitimately terrifying.
For at least 5 minutes. Oh, my God. So that's on YouTube?
Yeah, man.
I'm going to go hunt this down.
Just look for the first 5 minutes. After that, you don't need to. And it's, like, dead silent. Like, no sound at all. Except whatever's happening in your house, and you're like, it's good.
That's
watch
so much worse,
Everyone watch it. Everyone get freaked out like I did.
Okay, let's see. Sorry, I have to double check the title of my second one because I've only seen it once.
That's fine.
Let's see.
Reminds me of that time that we mistitled